What's going on, everybody? It is your boy PreciseThoughts back again with another video. And as I promised, I'm coming at you with some information that I think you might like. So by the end of this video, we should be able to answer the question, what is a LLC, and 5 reasons why you may not need one. So basically, I wanted to talk about this because I actually have had an LLC before. So that was a trial and error process for me. When I first started doing music production, I was encouraged to get my LLC, which is a limited liability company. One of the things I've learned about business is you need to do your own research. And with that being said, I just want to let you guys know, put a disclaimer out on this video, that this video is for educational purposes. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not affiliated with any law firms. I'm not a CPA or financial advisor or anything of that nature. I'm just somebody who has had businesses before in different, you can call me a sort of serial entrepreneur of sorts. But anyway, yeah, so I basically took notes on this. So what is an LLC? We did discuss that. Well, it is not a limited liability corporation. It's a limited liability company, and there are differences between the two. I won't get into that right now, but just keep that in mind. The owners of an LLC are considered members. So if you are in a solo limited liability company, you are the main member of that company. You could be the owner, you could call yourself what you want, president, CEO, anything you want to be. You own the company, founder, you could be that. You can give yourself your own CFO, whatever you want to call yourself. Some of the things that are required to have an LLC is money, because you got to pay for it. Now, starting an LLC can actually be pretty cheap, depending on what you're trying to do, and depending on where you're located, what state you're in, because there's like filing fees associated with it. Now, a lot of the stuff you can actually do online, which is really good. It's really, obviously, the reason why we have to do everything online may not be good, but you can get your LLC information online. You need to have operating agreements. Basically, that is stating what your business will be doing. Resolution documents. What problem will you be solving? What products or services will you be providing? You need to be able to maintain adequate records. Now, all this stuff I'm talking about, when I first started in business, I did not do properly, and that is why I was not able to maintain my LLCs, because I didn't realize of all the fees that were associated with operating a business and how to properly file your taxes. If you're operating at a deficit, the government does allow you to operate a business at a deficit, but if in your bank account you have to have adequate funds. That's very important to understand. If you're going to be in the red in a business, you still have to show funds in that business. You have to show that your business is adequately funded. So you have to have capital, even if you're not making a profit. And you also have to be responsible enough to not commingle your funds. That means personal expenses and business expenses have to be separate. So let's just go ahead, and I want to keep this video brief and concise. So let's go with number 1 reason why you may not need an LLC. Your profits haven't scaled beyond the fees that are required by your state for maintaining the business. Most businesses don't generate profits that exceed those fees within the first few, even years sometimes, but at least months. If you really are going to be starting a business and you're going to be getting loans to acquire equipment and things like that, or you're going to be raising capital, you may be operating at a deficit for quite some time. And we all know the statistics of small businesses. 80% of small businesses fail. But you still have to give it a shot. You still have to try. So that's number one. Your profits haven't scaled enough beyond the fees that are required to operate the business. Number two, the asset protection that is sought after by setting up the limited liability corporations does not apply to you. First of all, without having enough capital to have legal representation and things like that, and also not having if you're in a solo business. Most people I know that have small businesses are actually in solo businesses. I'm a music producer, so I know a lot of people that do graphic design, music production. They're artists, authors, things of that nature. Those are solo businesses. E-commerce, things like that. They're solo businesses, a lot of them. You can go into partnership. Then that would be another video for another time. But most people that I know that have small businesses, they want to do it. They want to get an LLC sometimes because they feel as though it will protect their assets. So the asset protection that they're looking for does not apply because they're a 100% owner of that business. Does not limit their assets to the extent. If you have a partnership, as a member of that business, you are only liable for your interest in the business, but that's a whole different discussion as well. So that's number two. Now number three, the paperwork, and again fees, and also permits or licenses that are required now this kind of runs the gamut on any kind of business that you want to set up, whether it's a DBA with a fictitious business name, an assumed name, a trade name. These are all the same things. The operating name of a business, right? If you just have a DBA, all these, you still have to have, the money for paperwork, fees, and the permits and licenses. But in your state, it may be different when applying for an LLC. So you want to research and you want to find out what are the actual costs associated with filing for different degrees of business. So now let's move on to number four. Number four is, we already kind of discussed this a little bit. It's about keeping your LLC adequately funded. If you get audited, you need to be able to prove that you can have adequate income from your business. You need to be able to prove income and expenses. And all that could be, you need to make sure that there's no commingling involved with your accounts. Like we did discuss this before, but it's a little bit different because we talk about profit and loss. We're talking about income and expenses and separating those through different bank accounts. So again, the government will allow you 3 years out of a 5-year period to file taxes with the business running at a deficit, okay, or losses, okay? So you have to keep that information in mind. And then number 5, you need to ask yourself, is there more adequately or more suitable or less expensive business platform that's more feasible? Such as a DBA, like I spoke on, fictitious business name, trade name, assumed name, whatever your state calls it, is what that's going to be running on there. Those are all the same thing. They're the operating name of a business. For example, here in Arizona, you can acquire a DBA for $10 online. So you need to go to the proper website. You need to file and make sure that name is available, and you need to pay the fee and sign up with all the paperwork to acquire a DBA. You need to make sure, and then you want to search that name and make sure nobody else has it. It's going to show you that right on the website. It's currently the only way to sign up for a DBA. You need to make sure, you need to allow some time for them to get back to you in regards to the name and the information that you signed up for. You don't want to go ahead and go out and buy business cards and start doing business under that name. You need to make sure that they go ahead and verify that after a certain, you want to wait at least a month, okay, so that they can communicate with you, because a lot of times it may be a glitch in the system. It may be something that happens that will fall back on you if you went ahead and signed up for that name and it went through, and then somebody else is operating under that same name. So you want to make sure that you can avoid that at all costs. So I hope this information is helpful to you. I hope you do your own research for your state laws, and I hope you choose the best option for you that's best for you, whether it's a sole prop, an LLC, a partnership, or a corporation, if you're able to scale your business to achieve those levels. But do some research, find out exactly what they mean. Don't just jump into it like I did. I mean, I may not know as much as I would have known if I didn't jump into it. So like I said, your failures, they're more of a lesson than they'll bring you stress. That's the way I like to say it. You know what I mean? And in the end, you'll get your blessing. So it's your boy Precise Thoughts, man. I hope this video was very useful to you. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and give me any comments or feedback you would like. I'm trying to grow my channel to become monetized, and I will have a lot of information in the description for my social media accounts, also my merchandise. So thank you guys for checking this out. Y'all be blessed and have a great day.